Hello everybody, it's Nick here. Now I'm sorry I haven't made a video for a while. I've been really busy, plus I had some trouble with the police a few days ago, and I will start talking about that. I do have some good news though. Not everything is horrible in my life, but I'm going to let you know what happened, and because I am, you know, have you ever been an innocent person being accused of something? Of being, being accused of being guilty of something? Well, that happened to me this week, or this week, so I almost said this weekend. Anyways, so here we go. So, for a while now, because I've been trying to stay healthy, I go for a walk at like around 5 in the morning. Now, I never really gave it much thought, why some people would find it creepy until now. It's like, well, yeah, but, the way I saw it, well, there's no one out. That's what I liked about it. There's nobody out there, so I mean, I can just, it's very tranquil, and I put on my headphones and I listen to some music and I go walking and I come back. Now, the route that I go, I go down the street past the convenience store, I go on the other side of the street past a bunch of stores that are closed, and I go around them, I go behind them because and then on the opposite end behind these buildings there's some houses there. So I go past those and I go past the gym, which is usually open by the time I get by there. And then I turn around and I come back and actually I take that back. I think the bar at one restaurant is open that I passed. So anyways, I go around and I pretty much go back the way I came back home. Um, so I'm walking and I think it's Wednesday morning or Thursday morning, one of the two, I think Thursday morning. And I'm on my way back, and I'm across the street from the convenience store. Now, I see a police car, and it's like, well, okay, well, I'm not doing anything wrong, so I'm going to cross, or I'm going to, proceed with my walk. Now, on the way back, I go on the left side of the street, the opposite street where this convenience store is, because, that way I can see if a car is going to get me. There isn't a sidewalk, though, that's the only problem. So, but on the way down, or when I first start, I go on the side that the convenience store is on so I can see if there's any cars coming at me, plus there's a sidewalk. Well, I'm on the opposite end of the street. Okay, so these are the two streets I'm talking about. And then this is the street that I'm on. So this is the left or the right street where where there's no sidewalk. This is the left side of the street where the convenience store is. Well, I'm on this side of the street. So a cop car pulls into where the convenience store is, and he calls my name. Now, I couldn't really see his face, so I thought maybe he's a friend of mine who became a police officer. So I'm like, all right, well, that's cool. And even if he wasn't, my parents raised me not to run away from the cops. I've watched a lot of cop shows, like Cops, and I've watched Beyond Scared Straight. So it'd be the stupidest thing to run from the cops because you get in even more trouble. So I walk up and I'm like, oh, do I know you? And he's like, well, I know you, and here's what happened. Well, the cop says that the woman running the convenience store accused me of stalking her. Now, of course, I have a lot of questions, but I don't even think about that because since I'm in trouble from the police, I'm panicking. I almost, I really try to keep a brave face on things, but I really wanted to have a panic attack because, again, I was raised to stay out of trouble from the cops. So I'm going to do everything I can not to go to jail. So anyways, this woman accuses me of stalking her. And, I'd say, well, I've only been in that store a few times. I don't even, there's two women that I know that work there. There's the younger woman who's, the one who's accusing me. And then there's this other woman who's, a little bigger. She's the one I usually deal with out of the few times I've been there. And I think I haven't even been there this year. The last time I was in that store was last year. So, now I noticed something weird when I'm walking. I'm gonna bring this up first. I'm walking, because from the route that I take, I have to go past the store, by the way. There's no way around it. I have to go past it. So, I'm walking, where behind the store is, again, I'm on the opposite end of the street because this is where the sidewalk begins to come up, on this side of the street. There is a sidewalk, it's just that it doesn't come up until the end. So, now I'm on the left side. I'm on the left side. This girl comes out around the corner from the store, who I assume is the one that's reporting me, and she turns around and walks the other way, and I thought that was kind of weird, but I thought nothing of it, so I continued and on my route, and I passed by the store without even stopping, by the way. I make my route back, and I come back, and that's where the cops are waiting for me. So yeah, anyways, they accuse me of stalking her, and I'm saying, well, no, I don't even know who this woman is. So I'm talking with the cops for a few minutes, and I remember him telling the other cop, there was two of them, that this girl found me through Facebook apparently. And my dad brought up a good point after I brought it up to him later that day, and he's like, well, then she's the one who's stalking you. She's looking up your Facebook profile. And again, I didn't think of that because I'm in a panic. I just want to get out of there. So, let's see. So anyways, what ended up happening is, fortunately I didn't get thrown in jail. Well, they can't throw me in jail anyways. There's no real proof, but they pretty much gave me this form, and it said, well, if I, go on the property, within 6 months, I will go to jail. And now I have to live my next 6 months in paranoia, because not only am I not going to go in this area anymore, now the cop said, well, you can go to this store across the street or something, but I'm not even going to risk that, because this is a false accusation. Because all I've ever done is walk past the store. Like I said, I think only once I've stopped in and I've bought something. And even then, I don't think I've ever given the clerk any weird looks. I just put my item on the desk, I slide my card, I pay for what I bought, and I leave. That's it. So, that's what I'm afraid of now. Now I can't go in this area anymore, which happens to be right down the street from my house, because now I have to fear that they're going to falsely report me again, and I'm going to be thrown in jail. So, until the 6 months is over, I am staying out of that area. I don't even want to take a chance. Now I am enraged because this is a false accusation again. Now, I don't know if there's anything I can really do about it, because, it's their property. If they want to ban me, that's their choice. I can't do anything about that, I don't think. But I have been wrongly accused of something, and I feel like I'm the criminal. They kept asking me, well, are you sure you don't know this woman? I'm like, no. So now they did say something later that did set up a light bulb in my head. And they said, well, she said you were taking pictures of her kids or something at Aquafest, which was last year. And that's where I thought about it. And it's probably the same woman, but it's probably not. But I don't remember what this woman looks like. I only remember the bigger woman that works there. So I was on one of the rides, and I was filming myself. Everyone does it on YouTube, so I thought nothing of it. Now, about halfway through the ride, I'm pointing my camera forward, towards the woman with her kids crossing the street for me, in the same car. So I didn't give it much thought. Now I think, okay, yeah, that was a little, I should have thought about that. But she says, point your camera that way, please. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't want a recording of that, since I'm uploading it to YouTube. I don't want a recording where someone's, interrupting the recording like that. So I delete the video. I had to, because I don't have enough space on my phone. It's filled up with music. So I delete the video, and I retake it later that night. And I make sure there's no one in the car across from me, sitting right across from me. So I take that video and I upload it to YouTube, and that's what I told the cops. It's like, yes, I did take a video for once, but then I deleted it because she told me to put the camera the other direction. And then I uploaded another video of it, or the other video I took, I uploaded to YouTube. And I really should have said, if you want to see it right now, I've got it. So I posted a public article on Facebook, or a public statement about that, because I want the police to know. I want the police to read my post about that. To read the proof that I'm not stalking this woman. I don't even know where she lives. I didn't even know it was the same person. That's how much I don't even know her. And of course, again, the cops, check my records. Well, I got nothing because I want to know I'm innocent. So they let me go. But I was really scared, and I, almost went into a panic attack, But I fortunately held myself back from doing that. So, like I said, the only real trouble I've had with the cops before is, I got pulled over in Seattle once as a passenger, because I wasn't wearing a seatbelt. Well, now I put a seatbelt on every time I drive. I always did it every time I drive, just sometimes when I was in the passenger seat I wouldn't feel like it, and that's something my stepfather used to do too before he passed away. He sometimes wouldn't put a seatbelt on, and I'd be like, well, okay, if you want to get a ticket, that's your problem. Now, fortunately, when I got pulled over for, not wearing a seatbelt, the cop let me go. But anyways, so I'm really upset that I'm being treated like a criminal, and I do sincerely apologize to the store for, getting the wrong impression on me, but, and I forgot what exactly it was like RCW something, like whatever law I was violating. It said, this person will be arrested since they know that they shouldn't be on this property. Well, it's like, I did not know that I should be on this property. Now, I can go back in 6 months or when the 6 months are over with, and that's fine. I wouldn't mind going back and apologizing to them for the inconvenience. But I will never do business with the store again. Again, I haven't even been in there, so or I have rarely been in there. Like I said, out of all the times in my life, I'd say probably like 3 to 5 times I've ever been in the store. Out of all the years I've been living down here, I've only been in the store very few times. So I will never do business with the store again. Besides, the gas at this place is pretty expensive, so I can't afford to go here anyway. And I will take my business somewhere else where maybe people will not think I'm a horrible person. Now, as a Christian, I can forgive this company or this woman for falsely accusing me, but that does not mean I have to do business with them again, and I don't want to do business with them again. I will never set foot on their property again. That is it. So they don't have to worry. Now, while the cops were talking to me, her husband comes by, and I was really expecting him to say something to me or, give me some kind of dirty look, but he didn't. He acted like this was just, a normal day or something. And the cops just told him, okay, well, we're taking care of the situation. So the guy left, and he's like, well, she's crying right now, at home. It's like, well, I'm sorry. I don't know how she could get home within, like, the time that I came around the corner, but she did. So I don't know where this woman lives, and I hope to God she's not my next door neighbor, because it's going to cause them even bigger problems. I told my mom I want to file a restraining order against this woman because I want to prove to the cops I don't even want to associate with this woman. I have nothing to do with her. And even my ex-girlfriend, she can even attest to that I don't stalk people because it's creepy, and I've had people stalk me before, and I know how uncomforting it is. So I don't know why I would do this. So, something people might ask is, well, then why would this woman accuse you? Well, I have two theories. Well, like the cops were even telling me, well, there's some people in this place that, aren't right, But also, the only other theory I can think of, and I'm not saying this is the case, but it's a possibility that they see me walk past the store and, they're just mad that I don't come in and buy something. And that's probably why. They're like, well, I don't want to see this person in our area if he's not going to come in and buy anything. That's the only other thing I can think of. So, like I said, I will never do business with them. I will never take a walk at 5 a.m. again. And now that I realize, yeah, I find it a little creepy, or I see why people would find that a little odd. Like I said, I always used to do it because, it was tranquil out. There was nobody out. Most of the businesses were closed. But like I said, I feel violated that I was treated like a criminal, even though there was no proof. Even if both the clerks said I was stalking them, aren't there surveillance cameras? I'd love to see the surveillance footage, and if I am doing something wrong, let me know. What did I do while I was on my walk that made me look so guilty? Because I will stop it. I will be more than happy to stop it. Because I honestly don't know. All I've ever done is walk past the store. I went in there once during one of those walks, and that's it. All the other times I've been there, it's during the day, or maybe it's like 12 at night because I have to get milk or something. But that's it. I've never done anything. I've never just stopped and stared at the store. At worst, I've probably paused for a minute while I'm like across the street, so I can switch music on my iPod or my iPhone. But that's all I've done. Again, I don't have a criminal history. I've had family members who, have been to jail. And do you think I really want to end up in the same position that they're in? No. I was raised well by my parents. So, again, as a Christian, I will forgive this company or this woman for, falsely accusing me. I will pray for her, but I will never do business with them, and I will never go on their property again. I will not go somewhere where I don't feel welcome. So, that's all there is to it. And, the cool thing is I have all my friends and family supporting me through this, so, it's going to be a rough road, because now I have to live in paranoia, because I'm here by myself most of the day until my mom gets home. So it's like, are the cops going to come here, and arrest me even though there's no evidence? That's what I'm afraid of. Now I'm paranoid. I can't even go in that area anymore because I'm so freaking afraid of what's going to happen. If, and you might be like, well, just don't go to the store. They can't do anything. Well, the problem is, if I'm going to go that way, I have to pass the store. It's on both sides of the road, so I have no choice but to go past it. And that's what I'm scared about. I can't go in that area now because I'm paranoid that something bad's going to happen. People might be like, well, don't worry about it. Well, I have to worry about it. Okay? I don't want to go to jail. That's my greatest fear besides going to hell when I die. I don't want to go to jail. I know what it's like. I've seen, what it's like on TV. I've seen what it's like, because I've had family members that have went to prison, and I've had family members that went to jail. Do you think I want to go down that road? No. I've been a very nice person, and I've been, again, all my friends and family, and even people that don't know me can attest to that. I'm a nice person, and I would never think of doing something like this. So, I've told people, or, I told my friends about this ordeal, and I'm glad they're behind me, even the band members. And guess what? Our lead singer is a woman who is the same age as me. And guess what? Even she found this hard to believe, that I would do something like this. And that's saying a lot. So I have my evidence, I just hope this doesn't go any further. I apologize to the store for getting the wrong impression on me. And I'm sorry that I scared this woman, because that's not my intention, okay? All I wanted to do was get some exercise, because, all the junk food that I eat, I like to get healthy again. Junk food is a big addiction for me. But like I said, I will never go on the property again, and I will never do business with this place again. So, that's all there is to say, and I'm going to try moving on like this never happened, but it's going to be hard. Now, like I said, not everything is going horribly for me this week. There is some good news. The game, I have been working on another video game, like the millionth one. And the cool thing is, on Steam, we pitched the game on Steam, and it got greenlighted. So I was so happy to get that news. So, I will mention the game because the programmer posted about it on my Facebook page, or tagged me in it, which shows up on my Facebook. But I'm working on a game called Drift Overdrive. The word over is in parentheses. I'll put it in the description, and you guys can check it out. Now, I know it doesn't look like anything special. I mean, I know it's like a top-down racing game, and there were a lot of complaints on the page, that, it looks like a mobile phone game. Well, there's going to be more to that. Now I'm doing music, which is what I'm going to get paid for, but I'm also doing graphics, which I'm doing voluntarily, which I don't want to be paid for because I'm a bad graphic designer. Well, the programmer of this game is a graphic designer, and he's going to clean up my graphics, make them look better. And I'm really looking forward to that. Like I said, maybe the next game we work on I might want to get paid for graphic design, but right now, all I'm doing really is the character portraits. I'm not doing anything, special. I'm not doing any cars or anything. I did design one car, but I don't think I'm going to do anything else than that. I'm not doing any track designs. But this game is going to be a lot better than your average mobile phone racing game. I mean, I know why people would think that, but that's not the case. And with my music, which people seem to like, it's pretty cool. I originally wrote the music, through NES, and then the programmer wanted it through FM, and he asked me to do MIDI files, So I'll see you guys later. Peace out.